shit. What the fuck, dude? He's crazy balls.
What's up, my dudes? It's Turd, and I got another educational video for you guys. This one's going to be about how to loop and rotate at Lery's Memorial Institution, home of Dr. Herman Carter and his treatment theater. So, before we jump into the video where I loop a Demigordon for over 4 minutes total, let's talk about Lery's. Lery's is an indoor map, and like most indoor maps, survivors fear them. However, if you understand how to use pallets and windows to rotate from room to room, this map can be actually survivor-sided, and in fact, it's one of my favorites. The layout of Lery's is very simple and never changes, so do yourself a favor and memorize this. You have sets of rooms laid out in 3 rows and 6 columns. In one side of the map, you have 2 long rooms that are separated by a normal room in the corner of the map. In the center of the map is Dr. Herman Carter's study, which acts as the killer shack in a normal map. It's also where the basement could spawn. The basement can also spawn in the treatment theater, which I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain which room that is. So, let's jump into the video. The first thing I do anytime I load into a trial is try to identify where I spawned in relationship to the map. Now, I didn't spawn at an exit gate. I spawned at one of the 4 corners of the map. And with a little investigation, I see the security desk and gates, as well as the treatment theater sign flickering on the floor. So now I know exactly where I spawned, and I know that the killer spawned over here. So I'm going to start working on the generator that spawns in the treatment theater, as it's one of the most important generators to bang out in this map. Now, I hear the killer's terrier radius almost instantaneously after spawning into the trial, which tells me that he did not spawn over here, but in fact spawned right here. When you spawn this close to the killer, it's referred to as a god spawn. Now, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. But that also tells me that my other 3 survivors, my teammates, spawned over here at an exit gate.
Oh, sounds like he's like right up my asshole.
The Demigordon's terrier radius is not dissipating, it's getting louder, so I know he's heading in this direction. So I'm going to try a little cheeky play and hide in this corner and hope that he walks right by me. Well, that worked. I did poop my pants a little bit, but hey, it did work.
Holy fuck.
And the killer's terrier radius is dissipating, so I know that the coast is clear. So I'm going to head to that generator and try to get that done as fast as possible. One of my teammates gets hit, and because I have empathy, I now see his aura until he's fully healed. Based on his movement and what he does, will tell me if the killer is still on him and in chase. The first gen that I touch in any trial, I get off for 1 second to see if he has rune. Unfortunately, my teammate goes down faster than I can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and I pan my camera over to see if the basement spawns here, but I'm not 100% positive that it didn't spawn on the other side of the theater.
I think the basement's gonna be in the study.
The terrier radius is getting louder, so I know the killer is bringing the survivor this direction. Now I stay on the generator and take a hit, just in case the basement is here. That way the survivor will be able to wiggle off before he hooks him in the basement. I know the killer is gonna be coming after me, but you never want to loop the killer around someone that's on a hook. So I'm going to create some distance before I start looping, that way my teammates can go get the unhook. My spine shield deactivates, so I don't know if I already lost him, if he's going back to the hook, or if he's just trailing. So I'm going to go to the pallet and start healing.
My booty.
Okay, I guess he was just trailing. So I'm going to throw the pallet and start looping his ass. Notice when the Demigordon breaks the pallet that I went to the left, not the right. Let me explain why this is very important. I'm in a long room, and both long rooms spawn 2 pallets. Now, if I was to go to the right, in order for me to make it to another room before the Demigordon gets me, I would have to throw the second pallet in this room. Now, the problem with that is that makes this room a complete dead zone later in the trial for any survivor that's in chase. So going to the left is a smarter choice. Now, I could go through door number 1, door number 2, or the window. However, if I go through the window or door number 1, I am limited to looping at these 2 rooms, and it's bringing the killer closer to the hook survivor. This is where situational awareness separates the Wookiees from the Ewoks. So I'm going to go through door number 2 and take my chances looping at Dr. Carter's study, which has the basement, and I'm injured. But I got big balls, so fuck it, let's go.
I'm being chased at the moment.
Now, the RNG wasn't the best. Ideally, I would have rather had a window here, a door here, and another vault at the desk. If that would have been the case, I probably could have looped him here for a while. But I can still make this work by going through the door and making sure that I see his red stain following before I vault the window, and then wrap around the desk and go through the door that I'm at right now. Okay, the hook survivor was saved, and I almost make a mistake here thinking I could run through this garbage. I mean, who put this here? That's a total fire hazard. Luckily, I recover pretty quickly, and I check to see the distance I have on the killer before entering the next room. I see a pallet, and I'm going to look for the red stain so that I can play off this pallet and get a stun. At this point, the killer should know that I'm out of his league and rotate to an easier target.
He wants my booty. He wants my booty.
The unhooked survivor just got healed up. Now, what does that tell me? Well, it tells me that only one survivor is currently working on a generator at the moment. However, if the killer continues to tunnel me, 2 to 3 gens are going to pop very shortly.
He's gonna get my booty.
For all you killer mains watching this, do not do what this guy's doing.
He still thinks he can catch me.
If you notice that the survivor you're chasing has looping skill like I do, just leave and try to catch that person later being altruistic. It sounds like the killer's terrier radius is dissipating. Now, that chase was 1 minute and 30 seconds. It takes 1 minute and 20 seconds for one survivor to fully repair a generator.
Nope,
so you should hear one gen pop soon. And there it is. And the other 2 survivors, after getting the unhook and healing up, are probably on a generator together. So you should hear a generator pop within the next, I'd say 10 seconds of resuming the clip. My perk, Dark Sense, shows me that the Demigorgon is laying down a butthole.
Oh, he left me.
My spine chill goes off, and the terrier radius is getting louder. So I need to put myself in a better position in case I need to start looping him again. My intuition was wrong. The fact that it's taking longer than 10 seconds to finish a generator means that the other 2 survivors are working on separate generators, which is good, because it splits pressure across the board. That audio cue is the sound of the Demigorgon transversing through his butthole. And another generator just got popped.
He can lick my booty.
So I'm going to go look for a generator and try to help out the team. This flickering light tells me that the room's RNG is a bathroom, in case I need to pee or poop. But more importantly, that there's a generator in here that needs to be repaired. Now you might be wondering why not cleanse this butthole before I go work on the generator? And that's simple. The generator behind me, where I was healing earlier, that generator is completed. And if I can work on this one and complete this one also, this butthole that's laid here is useless. If I cleanse this butthole, the Demigorgon can now put a new butthole anywhere he wants on the map. The survivor that just finished the gen got hit and is now in chase. And again, like I said earlier, I'm watching his aura to see whether he's still in chase, whether he throws pallets. Any of that information is very helpful. It almost sounds like he's coming to me, so I get off the gen, get into position, and once I notice that the killer is not, in fact, on me, I go back to the gen. Unfortunately, the survivor goes down, and it's pretty close to where I'm working on this generator, so I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it.
I'm on a gen, but I was really close to Broster. And so I had to get off it for a second. I'm back on it, but he might be coming towards me, so we'll see. I'm in a bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna stay on it then.
That sound is the Demigorgon traversing through his butthole, and my spine chill's going off, so I know he's heading this direction. I look to my left because that's where his gaping butthole was, but it sounds like he's to my right. Whoa, bro. Those holes are way too close. You're gonna get a yeast infection.
Holy fuck.
This chase is gonna be over 2 minutes, so buckle up. The hook survivor has been saved, and I'm in chase. That means that one survivor can be working on a generator at the moment. Now, I also left the generator at 60% completed, and we only need 2 generators repaired before the gates are powered up, so I'm not going to hesitate to throw a pallet if I need it to survive. I've noticed that this Demigorgon is a bit of a follower. He just kind of trails behind, he breaks pallets, he doesn't really mind game. So I'm just continuing to run, waste his time, and then when he gets closer, I'll start looping again. I thought that noise that you just heard was the Demigorgon shredding the pallet, so I'm going to make a little cheeky play here and slow vault the window. Fuck me up the ass. I don't know who's more surprised, the Demigorgon or me. I think the Demidog is more surprised.
Holy shit.
That was too close for comfort, and it was near the basement,
dude,
which could have been disastrous. My teammates tell me to keep looping him. They're almost done.
I'm doing my best. This is insane.
His terrier radius is dissipating.
I think I lost him. Oh. Oh, I think I tinkled in my pants a little.
But it seems that he's been struggling the entire match to keep up with me, so maybe he's just trailing far behind
he's
again.
Still on me. Why did just give up on me, dude? Like, you're gonna lose the game, bro.
I think at this point he knows he lost the game. I'm pretty sure all he wants to do is kill me. I create distance by using unique pathing by twisting in and out of rooms. And I'm gonna throw every fucking pallet if I have to.
It's possible. I'm coming towards you, dude. I'm sorry, but I gotta try to live. Apologies. Like, he wants me so bad, it's not even funny.
I hear him pull up his shred attack, so I'm going to sidestep tech and then use this pallet to create more distance. That hit was a little generous. However, I did make a mistake vaulting the window from the inside of the room to the outside of the room. What I should have done was vault the window from the outside of the room going into the room, and the loop would still be going on. Now, the Demigordon got me. He's gonna hook me. It's my first hook. He's probably gonna camp me, but hopefully my teammates can pull me off and I can continue another long chase before I exit.
He's just hitting me.
Now, I have 60 seconds from the start of being hooked to struggle phase, and another 60 seconds from struggle phase to death.
Left me.
So that gives the survivors plenty of time to get the doors ready and to come
me.
make a play on me. Now, I'm not going to let you guys sit here for 2 minutes, so I'm going to fast forward until they make a play on me, and then we'll go from there.
Goes away.
My teammate times the unhook perfectly and takes a hit for me because he does not have borrowed time. But you know damn well the Demigordon's coming for me, so I need to use unique pathing, tight turns, and window vaults to create distance, knowing where the exit gates are and where I need to
He
get
wants
going.
me so bad it's not even funny.
The Demidog is in the room to my left, and unfortunately there are 2 doors on this corner of that room. So if I was to go to this room, he could cut me off going through this door, which forces me to have to use the pallet. Now, I would imagine that the Demi's going to go through this door, around the left side of this pillar. So my plan is to go through the pallet, double back on the pallet, throw the pallet, and then use that to loop through other rooms. But I'm giving him too much credit, and he doesn't do that. So I make a mistake. Luckily for me, I have DS, so it doesn't really matter. Now, what he should have done is left me slugged, pushed out the other survivors, and then come hook me to kill me off. But he's so triggered, I don't even think he realizes there's 3 other survivors in this trial.
I have DS.
The hardest part about looping at Lery's is memorizing the map, understanding where you are on the map at all times, entering the rooms and instantaneously knowing what furniture's in the room, where the windows are, where the doors are, and being able to react instantaneously. And that's going to do it for this video on how to loop and rotate at Lery's. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you did, hit the like button, comment, and I get back to everyone. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. And thanks for all the support. I hit 200 subscribers last week, and that number's growing really fast. So I really do appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to have to save that.
Well, all right. I'm Turd, your PS4 educational content creator. I'll catch you soon.
Oh, my asshole is hurting right now.